Hello everybody, this is Adrienne with Ascension Soul Coaching. I'm going to do a really quick reading today on Wendy Williams. As we all know, or if you haven't heard, Wendy Williams of the Williams television show, she's been off because she's been sick. She's had Graves' disease, and then she got infected with COVID, and then so all these other things have started happening to her. But she has been having issues with her health, and some say her mental health, and of course addictions for a while. So we want to do a reading because Wells Fargo, her bank, has just recently not seized, but took control of her money in the bank. She had a financial advisor who was through Wells Fargo Bank, and Wendy fired her because they pretty much put a hold on her account. And so now Wendy, she wants to sue to get her funds released. But the problem is, the advisor with Wells Fargo is saying that she needs to, they've filed for as guardianship over her accounts, her financial situation. So we're going to read on what's happening, because right now at first they were supposed to go into arbitration per their agreement with the advisor and with Wells Fargo, but Wendy wanted to take it directly to court, and she had her attorney to do so. But we're going to see what's going to happen. First of all, what's really happening with Wendy, and then what's going to be the outcome of this situation with her. So I already pulled these cards. The cards I pulled out, I just wanted to get a quick start before I get on camera, is the side cards. That's what I'm using. And so all these cards came out reversed. And so the first card I'm going to show you is the Stranger. Is reversed. So what they're thinking is that maybe Wendy is not acting like herself. She's acting like someone totally different than what we've seen on television as far as her mental health. They think there's something really wrong with her mentally. Okay? So that was reversed, and then it was the cave. The cave was reversed to me, okay? So this is how it looks right side up. Like she's gone down deep inside, and she's not able to come out, and she needs protection. So that was reversed. And then the sage was reversed to me, but this is it right side up, which means that usually when you have a sage, it's like an expert or someone who has a lot of wisdom. So here are the people from Wells Fargo coming in to take control of her finances. So all these were reversed. So the first card to me represents the situation. This is the obstacle, and then this is the outcome. Okay, so the situation is that they think she's not herself anymore. She may be having mental issues. They believe that she needs protection. That's the obstacle. So that's why they went in and they blocked her money. They seized her money, and they're blocking her from they're actually frozen her assets, and they want to protect her from herself and her spending habits. And then the last thing is, of course, is the lawyers coming in, the fight between the lawyers and the Wells Fargo experts or financial advisors. So the outcome is going to be that she's not going to take their advice. It's not going to turn out well for Wendy, right? The sage. Because we're going to read a little bit further before I tell you what I think is going on with her. So let's throw these cards out. These are my cards that I made. So the reason why it won't turn out well for Wendy, well, she won't win whenever it gets to the situation where it's going to court or through arbitration, let's say, is because, and I'm going to take this card out and I'm going to turn these upside down like I normally do. I'm just going to pick one card for Wendy. Why won't she win this case? Why is this not going to be in her favor? And this is the card I'm going to pick. New Outlook is the card I chose. So let me put these other cards away so we don't get them. So New Outlook, they want her to change. They want her to get help. They want her to first, before she gets her money the way she wants to, she's going to have to get help. This is the New Outlook. She's in a black hole. They think that she needs to, whatever situation is going on with her, whether she's got bad influences in her life or it's herself doing these things, that's financially mismanagement of her funds, they feel like there's got to be a change first in her and her behavior, and she's getting control over her mental situation, her health situation, her financial situation. That's why. So the courts are going to see that there is an issue. They're going to, the Wells Fargo is going to make a very good case about why that they seized them, they froze her assets, and why she shouldn't be 100% responsible for her financial situation. Okay, so that's that there. So let's do a little bit further reading. Okay. These are some more cards I made. Okay, these are on feelings. Okay. So what is really going on? So this is what they think is going on with Wendy. What is really going on with her? So what is really going on with her? What is going on with Wendy right now? For real, for real. And this card came out is trusting. So Wendy's been trusting somebody too much. She's in with a partnership and she's just hanging free and gliding in the air, and she's being risky. She's trusting whatever's happening or people around her, excuse me, that maybe she shouldn't be trusting. So at the bottom of the card it says dependent. Okay, so she's depending on the wrong people around her who she's probably spending money where she shouldn't be spending. I'm thinking this possibility could be drugs related, which is why that's why Wells Fargo has probably got a tip from someone or someone very close to her who has told them that the reason why she's spending so much money, it could be because of drugs. So she's got remember Whitney Houston when she was spending all that money each month on just drugs, when she was under the influence. So they think that someone close to her has told the bank or someone in the bank that knows about her account that she's spending the money frivolously on drugs. And so that's why the bank, and she's trusting too many people around her who shouldn't be around her. I don't think it should be her son. I don't think it's her son. Maybe her son even told the bank what was really going on. But there's something with the son as far as they don't want her to give him the power of attorney. So I don't know. There's something going on there. So right now the bank stepped in. She's not going to win unless she turns over her finance. She changes, and she shows that she can get better control of her mental health. Because remember, if the bank or anybody takes guardianship over her, even if it's financially, it'll be almost like the Britney Spears situation, where Britney was completely controlled, but Wendy at this point would be financially controlled by someone else outside of her team, her own employees. Someone would take guardianship over her money and make sure that her bills, they will be paying her bills. Don't get it wrong. They're not going to let her go bankrupt. They're not going to not pay. The courts won't let that happen. They will put somebody in charge to pay her bills and get it up to date. So they're going to take care of the situation as fast as possible so that she doesn't get too behind in her bills, okay? But it has to go through the arbitration and or court first. They may even appoint somebody temporarily to cover that. So what I'm going to do now is, what else do we want to know? So if they want Wendy to have a new look, right? New outlook, a new change her ways, what is it that Wendy can do to do that? And so we're going to use a needlework card, okay? Well, let me open it, and I know I'm talking fast. I just want to get to this reading really quick because I think it's pertinent. So, what does Wendy have to do to change? What are the things necessary in her life right now for her to have this new outlook? What is it she has to do? What is it that she has to do to be able to get herself together to show that she can financially take care of herself mentally and financially? What is she going to have to prove? But for her to be able to take back control of her finances, what does she need to do? What does she need to show the court? That's the first card. And then, is she going to succeed within the next year? Let's say year. Okay, we got two cards. I need one. Is she going to succeed with whatever plan they put out for her to show that she can take care of herself financially and mentally? Is she going to succeed? What is the outcome of that plan with Wendy? What is the outcome? Okay, we got this card here. So the first card is reversed for me, and it is. Now, this is funny. Okay, to me, I don't know if you know why, but it is what card is this? This is the it is a girl. It is the Queen of the Needles represent the swords. So she wants to be back in charge of her show again, right? This is her script. She wants to be back in charge. She wants to be sitting in that seat again, her purple chair on the show. But it was reversed. So, wow, they don't want her to be on the show again. They don't want her to be under that stress again. That's going to be one of the markers that they feel like the stress of that show, her ability to perform. Because Wendy's like, I want to say in her late 50s, almost early 60s. Okay, so they think that's just too much for her. And this is reversed. This is the cup. This is the Two of Cups, and it's reversed. Same thing. She's not going to be able to do it because she's going to have form teams with people. She's going to have to show them that she's working to create this Two of Cups, this partnership. So if she does, she'll have to work very closely with someone else, and she does not want to be managed or micromanaged. So this is reversed. So and if again, they're watering a tree. So like that refresh, that new outlook, that new beginning, whatever, she's not going to be able to do it because she's so mentally gone. And this is just going to ruin her. She's embarrassed. She's not going to want to work well with these people. She doesn't want to live by their rules and their plans. She doesn't want to be micromanaged. She would have to form a bond. Someone would be looking over her, helping her with her show, more counseling, more help. And as I said, maybe that guardianship. She's not going to want that guardianship. I mean, so she's going to rebel a lot about that. So this is, if you look at it, this is the new beginning, right? They want a new outlook, rather. And look at the tree. So she's going to have this new outlook to be able to get control of her money and her finances again. But she's not going to want to do the work to be able to do that. It's not going to work out the way the courts want it to do, so she's going to have a guardianship for a while. She will not be able to accomplish the plan that they have set for her. She's going to be upset. She's going to be angry. It will put her in a higher, more of a spiral against it, and she may be more, some kind of way get money to be, God knows people can fall really low if they can't get to their money when they have an addiction or they're depressed or whatever. So I just think that she's not going to be able to come back. Definitely not going to be able to come back to her show. She's not. They don't want her to. She's going to try to, but she'll do other things because, of course, because of the pressure. They don't want her to come back. But if she did, they would want her to work really well with someone trying to get her mental health and her health back on track. And she just doesn't. She's going to do what she wants to do, and it's just going to take her in a farther spiral. That's what I feel is going to happen. Okay. All right, so that is my reading on Wendy Williams. What I think is going to happen, she's not coming back to that show, not the way she is. Losing the show is probably going to cause her to spiral. The financial situation is embarrassing. She is going to fight for it, but she's not going to win because the court's going to see there is a serious issue with her mentally and physically, and they're not going to give her son, if they even give her son part of the partial POA, he's not going to have total control over his mother's funding because they don't know if he's part of the problem. They want somebody independent controlling her. It may not be Wells Fargo. It may be someone outside of Wells Fargo. But right now, I think they're going to put a temporary emergency guardianship over her until everything is settled and she starts working on the plan that they're going to set forth for her to be able to control her money. Now, she will not go broke. They will pay her bills. The temporary guardian, the emergency guardian will pay her bills to get her caught up. So it's just that the spending, whatever she's spending that money on, whether it is drugs, alcohol, or just giving it away, which I don't think that's it. I think it's drugs. Till that's solved and stopped, she's not going anywhere near this money and no control over it. So that is my reading for Miss Wendy Williams. I will talk to you all later. Okay, blessings.